Hello, welcome. In this lecture, we're going to understand the very important concept that is the Christian Church, and today we are taking the Orthodox, right? What is the philosophy of the Orthodox Christians, around the country? What are the basic beliefs? All of these things are going to be understood in today's lecture. So, in short, the focus of this lecture is only and only the Christian Church, the Orthodox, right? Let's start with the very beginning. The Eastern Orthodox Church is officially called the Orthodox Catholic Church. I'm just giving you a brief introduction into the basics first, right? It is called what? It is called the Orthodox Catholic Church. Now, understanding it in the simple terms, the Orthodox Christians, who are they? What do they believe in is something we're going to understand next. But let's just understand it for the time being as per what? As per where exactly they are. So the first one is dealing with Russia, which is basically dealing with 101.45, that is million Christians in the country, right? The second is dealing with Ethiopia, right? The third is Ukraine. The fourth is Romania. The fifth is Greece. And the last is dealing with others. You just have to understand. So I hope with this, with naming the countries out loud, you've understood the geographic location of the place that we're talking about. Russia, Ethiopia, Ukraine, Romania, Greece. Okay. So we're talking about these countries. Now, what are the Orthodox Christian churches all about? What is their belief system? Let's get into the details of it. So firstly, we are going to understand the Apostolic Succession, right? The topic is, the first one that we're taking is Apostolic Succession. You see, as per the Orthodox, this is an important part of the Orthodox belief and ensures what? It basically ensures continuity with the church that Christ founded. So they basically believe in the concept of the Apostolic Succession. Clear? The second is the Bible. The Bible, the composition. As per the Orthodox, they accept the 39 Old Testament and the 27 New Testament books. Okay? But at the same time, they also believe and also accept a collection of books. But these collections of books are not to be found in the Hebrew Bible. They are not found in Hebrew Bible, but they indeed accept them. These are also known as canonicals. They're basically dealing with what? They're dealing with the second canon of scripture. I'm just discussing the important points from the exam's point of view so that you're covered no matter what question asks. Believe in apostolic succession? Yes. Understanding of Bible? They accept the 32 Old Testament, the 27 New Testament books, also the collection of books, for example, these which are not in Hebrew Bible. Clear? Then. The third point is the clergy. The qualification for. Here, when I'm talking about clergy, I'm definitely talking about the heads, right? So, for instance, the priests and bishops. The priests and bishops must be what? They must be male, okay? And but the deaconesses basically are permitted, though the order is what? The order is dominant. Priests may marry, they may marry before ordination. But a priest or bishop cannot marry after ordination. Right? Cannot. right? This is dealing with who? This is dealing with priests alone. A priest may marry before ordination, that's allowed, cannot marry after ordination, that's not allowed. They ought to be made. So, what about bishops then? Bishops. The bishops, on the other hand, must absolutely be what? They must absolutely be celibate. You have to remember these points, okay? So for the priests, they can marry after ordination. Sorry, they can marry before ordination. They cannot marry after ordination. On the other hand, the bishops cannot do it at all. They need to be simply celibate. Is this clear? Is the qualification understood? Then the Eucharist, the significance of it. You see, commonly termed the mystic supper or divine liturgy. This basically makes present of what? Of Christ's sacrifice, of Jesus Christ's sacrifice. And therefore, the forgiveness of the sins is something very important. Forgiveness of sins is something very important and is something that is obtained through what? Through the mystic supper or the divine liturgy, right? It is also an encounter with the risen Christ. This is something that they believe in categorically. Is the point clear? For instance, I'm saying the Eucharist, the significance of the Eucharist is nothing. Eucharist is also called the mystic supper or the divine liturgy. They basically believe in this concept. Why? Because this makes present, the Christ's sacrifice, and therefore forgiveness of sins is something that is obtained through what? Through the Christ's sacrifice, through the mystic supper or the divine liturgy, right? It is also an encounter, like I told you, with the risen Christ. Is this clear? Then